What is going on, guys? We are here today with Aiden Quach, who just won a treasure cup, an online treasure cup with nothing other than ace. So I believe this is the first ace win, finally a long time coming, and likely the last ace win after what they did to red here. So we're just gonna go right into the deck profile here. Aiden, I just want to say congratulations again. This was a long time coming. We did expect this from you, so we're glad you got it before the end of the format at the very least.
Thank you. Okay.
So let's get right into it here. Let's see the goo.
4 Automa, standard. 4 Machinos for your other 2 drops. We got Easel, searches everything pretty much. Buggy, also searches everything.
How many events?
I believe 16 or 17 here.
Okay.
We only play 11 2Ks. It was either debatable between cutting a Machino or a Jozu. Eventually ended up cutting a Jozu.
How often did you use Machino to pump?
Very rare mid and early, but it comes out a lot during endgame when you're trying to kill them.
Okay. And what about the Otama? Did you summon the Otama at all?
I summoned Otama once in my round 8 against the Whitebeard, and I flame empered it. Thinking back on it, it was definitely the wrong play. I would rarely ever even summon this actually. Okay. But it does come up. It's definitely the best 2 drop or 2K counter.
Right.
I one up broke that everyone told me not to play, and I played it in my round 8 or 9, and yeah, it was pretty bad. But it comes up. I like it.
But like, other than Whitebeard, what is it really good into?
It's good to yellow sometimes when you're trying to beat over Parasparrows. When you're against red, you usually just ditch it for a 1K unless you literally have no other play on turn 2. But yeah, mainly those two. Gerple's really good, but best matchup is against Whitebeard. Because when they drop Atmos or another 6K, and you drop this in response, it pretty much turn skips them.
Right. Because
they can't swing with it, otherwise you trade it for free. Marco, blocker. If anything's ever cut, it might be this, because when you get to late game and when you're chaining aces, it's very hard to drop this. But it comes up. You need the blocker sometimes against yellow.
Yeah, that's fair.
Rest in peace. 4, nothing to say. A lot of times you even just drop this as a vanilla and pop nothing, because it is a problem to get rid of.
Would you say that it really killed the deck, or do you think it's still playable with just one?
We'll test it out, but having 1 is very strong still if you're able to keep it alive.
That's fair, yeah.
A lot of times you end up with 2 on board and you're pretty much just trying to keep those alive and main cards beating your opponents down. This is the only reason why I chose to play the deck. I think Ace is the best card in the game. By far, nothing compares to it. It's the only, just drop it 7K. It literally. Because beats into Whitebeard really easily, beats into red really easily. When you drop this against yellow and swing at them for 7, a lot of the times they can't drop 7 costs on you and out this on the same turn.
Right.
So it's getting another swing in the next turn. Whitebeard, honestly subpar. Same argument with the blocker Marco. At late games, you're literally just trying to beat into your opponents with Marco and aces, and you rarely get to even summon these 2, but it comes up. Certain matchups. I play 3. Should be 4. Probably 2nd or 3rd best card in the deck, because it fills in the slot of turn 2, which I literally don't have. A lot of times I might just play Buggy attached to him and hit them for 5 or 6. So if I don't see this, that's usually my turn 2. I definitely regret not playing 4.
It's also a fighter, right? When you ace.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of the times you play a board with little dudes, Ezo, Buggy, Ezo, whatever, and have Dandan, and then they swing with an Atmos, and you drop ace on them on 7. This starts beating into everything now for free. So this allows you to swarm a board, and then ace pretty much just answers everything after it minuses. Pistol, 1. The worst event in the deck. Nothing
This
else.
format, at least.
Yes. This format at least. 3 Flame Emperor. Yeah, Flame Emperor is good. It pops chills. I like to Flame Emperor Marco and then they bring it back and I hit it again, so that's pretty much 2 cards. If Whitebeard don't have any more life, that becomes an optional play. Seaquake really good, pairs up with 7 cost. I really like to go second because a lot of times I like to drop 7 cost ace on 8 dawn turns, and this allows to be paired up with it. Or if I don't have this, I keep a guard point or radical beam. Bad manners, very good. It comes in clutch when people think you're tapped out, and then this comes in handy. So I think 1 or 2 games my opponents thought they're going for game, I'm tapped out and nothing else, and then it surprises them.
Right. I think this card, well, not this card specifically, but for every color, their 0 cost event is going to be very relevant for the coming formats. But also it's going to be very played around because people will be expecting it. But I agree with what you're saying. Baiting your opponent being tapped out into thinking they can game you and then killing them on the crackback is huge with this card.
Yeah. The card we like to call the bridge.
Yeah, and why do we like to call it the bridge?
Because when you see no Whitebeard Pirates, Buggy gets you this, you play this, hopefully you get an easel, and then it pretty much switches out everything else.
Right.
Connects the 2. 1 Crossfire, probably the 2nd worst event, and I only play it because I need to fill the slot. And it was either this or, what was the other one called?
Fiery Doll?
Fiery Doll?
Yeah.
It was between one of those 2, and if you really do the math on Fiery Doll, it's only a plus 1k, because you have to pay 2 to activate it and then use them in events. So that's pretty much 3k in Ace's eyes. So I didn't really see the value of having just that extra 1k. Fire Fist, very good against Law. Sometimes comes up against Whitebeard. Very good against Zoro. Just overall good. Trigger's really good, just being able to pop a card. No need to explain. And 4 guard points. And pretty much it. The 50 card deck.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Do you think Ace is going to be viable going into next format?
Kinda. I want to say yes. We lose Marco. We lose Danan. But I think one thing Marco could be replaced by is Pell, because it almost does the same thing where it answers a big cost and it is a big body in itself. With Curly, I think it could be replaced by another small drop, maybe a Gordon to pair with a Pell, and just having that little minus for like Fire Fist or Jet Pistol, just anything that can help lower cards and start pumping and popping stuff.
Right. I think personally, just a couple of the events can be tweaked, like you said, Pell or Gordon, whatever it is. But I think a lot of events in the current format that you said were subpar now are going to be very good next format, like Crossfire, like, well, you didn't say that Fire Fist was bad per se, but I think Fire Fist is going to be amazing next format.
I think one thing
Pistol.
with Ace is, as formats change, your event lineup starts to change too, just
Right.
to accommodate for
To adapt, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again. Thank you again for the profile. Is there any last words, any advice, any shout outs, anything you want to say here?
Couple shout outs here for the people the 4 guys that were with me when we decided to play this deck. Dakota, Nikki, and Deep were the 3. Very big shout out to Deep and James, who actually convinced me to play this. I was very adamant about not needing this card. I thought it was really bad. I thought it was like a waste of space, but it definitely came clutch. Also, honestly, the biggest shout out was Victor Lam, who won the Niagara Treasure Cup, the very first one. He allowed me to pump him 6-0 in testing and gave me the confidence to beat Whitebeard pretty much.
Awesome.
Yeah, Harry too. He allowed me to beat him too.
Nice.
They're
So
pretty much
second place. First and second place.
Yeah, first and
Treasure
second
Cup.
place
Yeah.
testing partners who allowed me to just destroy them in testing every time they played Whitebeard.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thanks again, Aiden. Congrats.
Oh,
huge
sorry.
win. Huge win. Go ahead.
Yeah. Final shout out to Card Ape and Yamature TCG and Untouchables.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Aiden.